Okay, where are you? Come on. Show up. Okay, that's muted. Back over here. Oh, we'll put that one there. That's as good as any. Where are we? Hello, Will. How you doing, Will? Hey, Vic. How's it all going, guys? Just checking to see whether I haven't done this for a while. Kind of tend to forget what's where and how and whatever. But let me just check over here. Got you. Yep. Hello, Colette. Hang on. Let me put a thingy down into... Yeah, I'm doing okay. Haven't been around for a while. Had a lot of family stuff to sort out. You know what that's like when real life gets you by the kahunas. You got to sort it out. And then on top of that, I just missed out on friggin' having my channel fucked. I ended up getting a strike on one day, and then the day before I got that strike, one it pretty much expired, so it kind of saved my ass. So just let me drop this into there. Hey, Conspiracy Media. Yeah, so, but no, I wanted to come on, even if it was for a couple of hours, just to kind of, I don't know, talk to everybody about the shit that is going down now, the stuff that is coming out from doctors and what have you. I just finished getting off the phone with my sister, and I was saying to her, we need to actually make a couple of masks of our own, so that we know what's in the actual fucking material. And even though I'm not a masker, after hearing the things that I've watched over the last couple of days, I tell you what, for every time I leave the house, I'm going to be putting my mask on. And it ain't going to be because I'm worried about fucking COVID no more, because I know COVID is the flu, right? You just got to know your own body. But there's more to this prick than meets the eye. Because that's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's a prick, you know? Because I'll be damned. I mean, to me, we all have a right to choose what we put into our body, you know, like smoker, a non-smoker, a friggin' drinker, a non-drinker, or whatever the case may be. We all have a right to choose. But I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I am going to end up with something that I didn't fucking sign up for. So, hi, Tanya. But yeah, the last thingy that I got a strike on, believe it or not, it was a live stream that I did. If you guys remember, I was talking about my bro and how they wanted to, the government changed their rules and regs and whatever, and how they wanted to move all disabled people at his level into aged care. They classed that as medical misinformation of all fucking things. That was a personal experience with documentation to prove it, but yeah, no, that was medical misinformation. And that's what I got the strike for. So whether somebody flagged it or what, I don't know. I just found it extremely odd because it's not like I was putting up somebody else's video and discussing that or whatever. It was personal, based on personal experience. But yeah, that's, if you notice, I think it was for 3 hours and something or other minutes. And you'll notice if you go look for it, that one's gone. That was the one that they ripped off. Medical misinformation. So, but yeah, if anybody wants to come up, please do so. Come up and share your story. It doesn't have to be the same as my story. You know, you might be all for what's going on, and that's okay. I just find it extremely, extremely sad when I watch, like I did that last video that I shared with you guys, where doctors that have been doctors and studying and given half of their life, you know, 30, 40 odd years in studying this stuff, that all of a sudden their word is meaningless. You know, it's like you wake up one morning and go, oh, I just don't want to be a fucking doctor anymore, you know? I mean, up until then, everybody listened to what you had to say, and then all of a sudden, your opinion is no good anymore. And I find that extremely fucking sad. You know, we complain about videos being taken down on YouTube. Imagine if you, like, what's her name, Judy Makovitz or whatever her name was, if you studied something for 30 fucking years and wrote books on it and Lord knows fucking what, and then all of a sudden society decides, well, your opinion is not good enough anymore. We listened to you up until now, but now you're just full of shit. You know? Now you're just full of shit. I mean, where do you go from there? From something like that? I mean, I had somebody that I've known for a long time and has pretty much followed me back from horrible Dam days, sent me an email, and he's giving me updates on how he's feeling because he got the first shot and I think he's about to get his second shot. I'm not sure. And what pissed me off is that at the bottom of it, he puts, for your girl's sake, you should go get the shot. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Not for the sake of anybody. After all the things that I've read, after all the things that I've seen, there is no way. There is no way. Not going to happen. I mean, for fuck's sake, we have the Minister for Health, Mr. Hunt, here in Australia, coming out saying that this is the biggest fucking trial the world has ever known. So you're going to force me to be a guinea pig in your trial, in your experiment? I fucking doubt it. I fucking doubt it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. As far as the so-called virus itself, which to me is nothing more than a mega bad flu. But yeah. No, not going to happen. I mean, India, oh my God, my heart goes out to India. They're literally, you watch and see what's going to happen to that country. You watch and see. Because in the very beginning, if you guys remember, I kept saying, if anywhere, watch India. If people, because they live so closely together, right? If anywhere, that's going to be the place where you're going to see most people just dropping dead on the street, especially the way that it was all hyped up, right? And I wasn't seeing shit. I wasn't seeing shit. And yet now you've got a doctor saying, why is such and such a prick being used when it's just helping mutate crap? Are they using India as a breeding ground? I mean, is that why they've been all this time pushing the prick and the nasal crap? You know, I mean, what is on there? The shit that people are finding, that they would go to the extent and buy their own equipment to have a look at what is there. To me, that's just, it's unbelievable. Yeah, the thing is, it's not a I refuse flatly to call it that, because it's not. It's not something that was tested for 2 or 3 years or whatever and then given to people. Basically, it's nothing more than a shot with foreign material in it. Like the doctors said, that's all it is. We haven't got a fucking clue what's in it. Well, there you go. India's health minister died 24 hours after getting a prick. Mate, it's not even a medical treatment. I just said, the health minister here turned around and said that this was a trial. A trial means experiment. And yet they're making it mandatory for people to wear masks that have got nano bullshit in them, or whatever the fuck is in those masks. They're going to make it mandatory for people to get a prick. So we are basically, what it comes down to is we are being forced to be guinea pigs so that they can get data. Hey, Des, because that's all it sounds like to me. I mean, it obviously doesn't fucking work. I mean, first they say, oh, yeah, you need to get one. And then, no, not going to stop it. You need to get two. Why? Because the first one didn't put enough shit in your system. And then, no, maybe you're going to need one every year. What, to keep up all the nano bullshit going on? This is not a joke, people. This is not a joke. All the women, and not just women, but majority apparently of women that are miscarrying, that haven't had their period for years or whatever, and start bleeding all of a sudden. Come on, this is not fucking normal. It's not fucking normal. Constitutional, because it's not. Like I said, coming out of the mouth of the Australian health minister, it's a global trial. That's why they want to keep tabs on you. They want to keep tabs on you. They want to control you because they want your data. How fast is it spreading? Who had contact with who? This person had a prick, but that one didn't. How fast did it take to get from this one to that one? It's all starting to fucking make sense. I didn't see coins, Das. I saw people using magnets. Because I mean, just stop and look at all of it. Just go over it. Don't forget about it. Put it all together, everything that you know. Kiwi Bear, there you go. You know what I mean? Shadow High. I mean, put it all together. The social distancing, the wrap your fucking face up. Do you know what I mean? It's to stop everybody communicating. That was the initial part. To be able to track people, well, we know that's a military fucking exercise. You've got to stay at least 3 meters apart. Hook in here with your phone. Hook in there with your fucking phone. What, are they going to make it where you can't go into a shop unless you do that code thing with your phone? What happens? What are they going to do to you if you don't have a mobile phone? What are they going to do to you? They're going to stop you from shopping? I'm telling you, people, this is the beginning of a mega shit fucking time to come. And I mean, if all that nano stuff and whatever, with all that nano stuff and whatever, let's say it's true, okay? Let's say it's true. Do you want that in you? Even if you decided not to get the prick, I should have a right to know who fucking got it so that I don't go near them. I mean, here they are saying that all the ones that don't get the prick, they need to be marked, you know? Does that sound like anything? You know, what are we doing? We're gonna wear a Nazi thing on our sleeves? Is it gonna be on, do you get a special coat with the badge on the front? Shadow, there you go. Hey, Glenn. Well, you know, what are they going to do? Just because you have a mobile phone, does that mean I have to have a mobile phone? No, I don't. Blind Straight, hey. Ulick, hey. Anybody else that I've missed coming in? I don't think so. No, I think I've got everybody. Shadow, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What, you didn't have a phone to do the QR code and they wouldn't let you in? Wow. I would literally fucking go off. I would literally fucking go off. See what they're doing? Do you see what they're doing? And people are okay with this shit. And people are fucking okay with this shit. That it's okay to not sell you food. I was talking to somebody this morning about this, and they were saying that they're going to be last in the queue And then if they have to, and only if they absolutely have to, they will get a prick. And I turned around and said, the only way I'm getting a prick is some bastards better be ready to hold me fucking down. And whoever's holding it and giving it to me, they need to hide their name. Because that's going to have consequences. It's going to have consequences. Because I'll be fucked if I'm going to be forced to be somebody's guinea pig. X-Boot, yes, I did see your comment, but I don't talk about other channels in here, so... But yeah. To me, it's just not right. It's just not right. You know, on one side you've got people screaming freedom of speech and whatever and the right to whatever, and yet people are doing this. And those doctors, and when you listen to them, you know what I mean? When you listen to them, it just blows my fucking mind that this is out there and people are not taking heed. These are the same doctors that people used to be fucking patients of. Hey, Big Ease, how you doing, mate? It has been a while. They stopped me from entering with my nana, told her to go sit in the car. One person per family shopping. I filmed her security nightclub bouncers at supermarkets. Wow. Kiwi, where is that, in New Zealand? I'm assuming New Zealand. Fucking wow. Oh, Expert, I know that already. I know that already. I put up some videos about it. And I watched that one. That was my last video that I actually shared. I mean, we knew that this was not normal when it first started. Everything that was coming out, none of it made fucking sense. None of it made fucking sense. But now, with people literally getting microscopes and looking at this stuff and the shit that they're fucking finding. A legal 100% security guard said, I am the manager and the buck stops with me. Wow. Fucking wow. Hey, Tommy. Oh my God. You know, this is what gets me. This is what gets me, you know. And I like what one of the doctors turned around and said there. It's all good and well for us to, and I'm all for it, and I've spoken about it. It's all good and well for us to send out the love, okay? But this ain't gonna fucking stop. Because there ain't that many fucking lovers that want to send the love out. You know what I mean? This has to stop, and it has to, the head has to be cut off. It has to be fucking cut off. Because if it's not cut off, this will fucking continue. This will continue, and this is just the fucking beginning. And look how smart they are, okay? That if you decide that you don't want to get a prick, that you're going to fucking be infected by somebody else that has. Look how smart they are. And they can be that smart. They can be that smart because people are just fucking taking it. People are seeing that people are dying after they get the injection. A day or two later, they're fucking dead. And people still queue up for it. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? Come on. Like, you've got to, I'm sorry, but you've got to have a death wish. If you're seeing somebody get it and they die, like, what in fuck's name would make you want to go and say, oh, well, I want to die too? Hey, Paul. Listen, the government can't be trusted anymore. I'm sorry. But none of them, none of them, none of them. And that's not just at the top. That's at the whole fucking capital of every fucking country. The Capitol building where they sit, okay, where all of them sit. To me, they are fucking no longer trusted. Hey, Noah. Adeline, hey. And if people can't see that by now, I don't know. You know, I keep saying this is the zombie apocalypse that we're living in. It's like a child. You know what I mean? If one child sees another fucking child burn its finger and start crying, the other child is not going to go fucking touch it. The child is not going to be sitting there thinking, oh, that was just his finger. It's not going to happen to me. Paul, absolutely, there is a central control. Absolutely. Like I said, they're all in it. I've been screaming this for ever since it all fucking started. Don't go blaming other countries. Don't go blaming other people. I mean, they're useless eaters just like fucking we are. You know what I mean? It moves from country to country. They don't all implement the same rules at the same time because then it would look too fucking obvious. Let's start something in Australia first, and then we'll let it run for about a week or 2 or 3 or 4. And then after that, then another country will go, oh, look, it's working for Australia. Let's introduce it over here. Well, bull fucking crap, because they've already fucking made their minds up. Hey, Mother Nature. They're fucking doing it to everybody, you know, and they're going to use the poor countries, the countries that don't have internet, that don't have phones, that don't have all that kind of stuff. They're going to make them sick, and then they're going to, oh, listen, you need to get this, because if you don't, this is just going to run rampant. And they'll let it run rampant if they fucking have to convince everybody that they need to get pricked. Noah, yes, I'm in Perth, Australia. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. Because as much as you want to help people, I mean, and I'm not the only one, guys, come on, you know, I mean, for how long has everybody been screaming, don't do it, don't do it. There's something fucked up about this. Don't do it. Don't do it. When it first came out, I was even saying to you when the jabs were going to come out, the fucking pricks, I said to you guys, don't go near it. Make sure that you've got enough food or whatever. Wait for at least 6 months. Wait and see what happens. We've all been trying to push it out there, but it gets to a stage where if you can say that nobody wants to fucking hear it, you kind of think, well, what's the point? Oh, cool, Noah. Oh, listen, it drives me batty. It drives me batty. I mean, even though I wasn't doing anything for a while there, it's not that I don't look at stuff. It's not that I don't listen to stuff. Because for myself, I want to keep up to date with what is going on and what is happening and all the rest of it for myself, and to keep an open mind, and I'm quite happy to keep an open mind, but I don't have a fucking death wish. I just don't have a fucking death wish. I mean, there's a friend of mine this morning, and he kept on coughing. I started laughing at him, and I said to him, I says, have you got Rona? And he started laughing, and I said, don't worry about it. I said, it's not contagious, or it's not as contagious as what they say it is. Don't worry about it. I said, I'm not. Yeah, the thing, I just don't get it. I mean, we can say that corporations lead this and the government is listening to somebody else or whatever. So if we can see this, why are we then following? Why are we doing what we're told to do? Countries in numbers should be standing up and going, no. You don't just wait for 20 people or 1,000 people not to be served or not to be allowed to go into a shop to buy food because of a choice that they make with their own body. You think it's not going to happen to you? So it's okay for that 1,000 to be stopped from going shopping? Oh, well, it's their own fault. No. Tommy, they've already done that. They did that a long time ago. Bayer Monsanto, Bayer bought out Monsanto. There's your medication. Lord knows what would have gone into the fucking meds. How long ago was it that I said to you people, question, do you ever pull the medication apart and have a look what's inside of it? How many people actually do that? Nobody. We don't know what we're full of. We don't know what we're full of. We can try and drink the distilled water and cook with distilled water, and we can try and grow our own vegetables. But even your vegetables are covered in junk that falls that we get sprayed with. So unless they're covered up somewhere, they're already tainted. The air that we breathe, it all comes from the fucking top. That's why I'm saying the head of the snake needs to be cut off. It needs to be cut off. They get bought, they go in there, they serve for 2 or 3 years or whatever the fuck it is. They earn their big pay packets. They get to keep their big fucking retirement fund and whatever. They don't fucking care about you. None of them do. None of them do. They're not there to save your ass. My neighbour is not here to save my ass. It's called get up and save your own fucking ass. And the more people that fucking get up, the better it will be. It's all right to sit back and watch one, like I says, one person, 10 people, 1,000 people. Oh, well, you know, that's their fault. That's their fault. They should do it what? They should be a sheep? And don't be afraid to fucking speak up. If you see a shop that is doing that to somebody, fucking say something. Say something. Stand next to that person and fucking say something. Defend them. And tell the shop, fuck you, you won't let me in, I'll take my money somewhere else. Support the little guy, you know? Support the little guy. You support him, he'll stay open. Hit him where it fucking hurts, just like they do with us. I mean, one of those doctors said that. She said, you know, we can spread all the love we fucking want, but this is coming from the top. You know, they're just going to keep pushing this shit at people. I mean, it's all good and well to go out there and say, you know, look what the cops are doing and they're arresting people for this and $1,500 fucking fines and they're throwing people to the ground and da 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 da. Stand up, people, and it won't happen. Stand up and it won't happen. Bringing religion into it's got nothing to do with religion per se and a person's belief. I'm just saying that, you know, we can all say that spread the love and whatever and da 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 and help each other out and all the rest of it. But I mean, fuck with what they're doing. At what point do you say, hang on a minute, you know, hang on a fucking minute, it was your choice. You disregarded all the fucking information that was in front of you. And now I'm supposed to help you? Help you how? The only thing that I can say to people, which is what I said before, okay, and without looking further into it, invest in some alcohol. When I say alcohol, I don't mean fucking beer. I mean, get yourself a good scotch. Introduce a lot of garlic in your diet. Make a point of drinking clean water. Clean water. Test it. Make sure it's clean. Try and buy the cleanest food that you can. It's all you can do. Unless these doctors that have come out against all of this, unless they can come up with something that you can take to counteract all of this crap, the only solution here is for people to stand up and go no more. Shadow, they did. Like I said, we can point at fucking China till the cows come home. We can point at Russia. We can point at this one. We can point at that one. We can point at anybody that we fucking want, okay? Because that's what they want you to do. It's this one's fault. It's that one's fault. It's everybody's fault except our own. We sat on our asses. Nobody wanted to fucking think for themselves. And this is where we are. And the only way to get out of this is for everybody to fucking stand up and go, no. For every time you see that somebody's picking on somebody that isn't wearing, well, now the mask is optional. I'm saying make your own at home out of something that you know ain't got junk in it, and wear that, right? Wear that. Not what you're told to fucking wear. Wear that. Ex-boot, I'm not scared of bugs, but I'll be fucked if I want nano fucking bullshit in me, especially after what I've seen, okay? Especially after what who knows? Maybe I've got it in me already through the food, through the medication that I've taken over the years. Who knows? But why pump more into me? Why pump more into me? Now that I've seen it, why would I persist down the same fucking road? Shadow caps is all great in this particular channel. I type in caps everywhere I go. So caps is not a problem. Caps is just another programming thing where some twat somewhere turned around and said, don't type in caps because that's yelling. Well, that makes no fucking sense to me, and I refuse to be programmed. So caps is fine. Adeline, I put up information about that if people want to read it, right? I put up information about that. Those two guys, those two scientists, doctors, whatever, they actually know how to do it. They know how to make it go from an animal to a human. They know how to do it. The project was stopped at one point there, and now the US government apparently has approved that to continue. So what? They made it so that now we can turn around and go, oh, I don't know, fucking what have we got? We've done the pigs, we've done the chooks, we've done the poor fucking turkeys, we did the minks. What else have we got? The cats and the dogs. Hey, let's say it's the fucking giraffes. The giraffes have got it now, right? And look, people are getting sick from the fucking giraffes. Why? Because they know that they can fucking do it to you. They know that they can do it to you, because then you're going to look at the giraffes and you're going to go, well, fucking kill them all. When in the meantime, this shit is made in a fucking lab somewhere. It's all fucking made in a lab. All of this fucking crap. All of this crap. I remember when I first started reading into this, when it first started coming out, I was reading documentation that it used to be in Maryland, in the lab there. Then they moved it from there to Wuhan. And every year thereafter, apparently, I don't know about Australia, but I'm assuming they all would, because they're all in it, right? But I read about America, that they were funding Wuhan. So they're funding the research there. And people say, oh, China's going to do it. I said in the beginning, don't be quick to point the finger at China. This could have come from anywhere. It could have started anywhere. Okay, I smell burning. Where is that coming from? Hang on a minute. Let me check and see if there is a fire outside. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Hang on a minute, people. No, what did I burn in the ashtray when I put my cigarette out? Well, I'm not on fire. I'm not smoking anywhere. Ain't smoking anywhere. Can't be me. Yeah, no, it's definitely not burnt toast. No, it smelt like wood burning, but when I stuck my nose to the window and I had to look out the front, because I get a breeze coming through the front door, I couldn't smell anything. So it must have been when I put my cigarette out. But I always have to check, so just to make sure. Hi, Yoda. People, listen. For those that turn around and think that I'm anti this and anti that, I don't have a death wish. You know what I mean? I don't have a death wish, which is why I went from place to place to place. I thought, come on, if you're out there, I want to fucking catch this because I wanted to know. I wanted to know because I wasn't seeing what I was being told. So it's not that I have a death wish. I'm not stupid. If all of a sudden my neighbours started dropping dead around me, come on, people, really? Come on. What, you think I would go out there and go, okay, where are you? Paul, like that doctor, turned around and said, we've got to stop calling it that because people assume that name, vaccine, that goes along with the vaccines that have been studied and Lord knows what for fucking years on end before they're classed as safe. This is not. So when you talk to people about that, they automatically put it in the same category. This is a shot, like she said, it's a shot with foreign fucking objects in it. We don't know what's in it. We know what we're told. That's it. We know what we're told. We can be told a whole pile of bullshit because we don't have a medical background, we don't have whatever, and therefore you trust these fuckers and you go along with it. My biggest wake-up call was when I was taking care of my parents, when I was taking them to the doctors, to the specialists for the testing, for the this, for the that. I was watching everything, and I thought, you fuckers can't be trusted. You can't be fucking trusted. I won't even think of going to a doctor anymore unless I do my own diagnosis at home and go, okay, that's it. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I've got on my arm or my leg or whatever on my fucking ass. And then what was used to treat that, and then I'll go to a doctor because at least that way I can sit there and tell him, well, look at this, and I'm going to know whether that prick is lying to me or not. I keep screaming to people, assume responsibility of your own body. Assume responsibility of your own body. Don't go to some random medical website because you're just going to get the standard bullshit there. Go to a community forum where people are literally exchanging not ideas, but their own personal experiences, and they're telling each other. Don't take that because that's what this does. This is what I did and it got rid of it. You can get that information. Start thinking for oneself. Assume responsibility over your own bodies, people. Hey, Bob. And for parents out there that haven't done it already, people, listen. I got 2 kids. And I've said it before. I gave birth to 2 healthy girls. And I'm going to do everything in my power that I can, because, they're not 2. They're not 2 years old. But I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to deter them from getting pricked. Because to me, there is nothing worse than knowing that you gave birth to a healthy child and then something that could have been avoided leaves them with lifetime problems or literally sentences them to death. Are you fucking kidding me? I watched what my parents went through having my bro. He was born normal, and by an accident, his whole life was changed. Their life was changed. I'm experiencing it over the past 14 years. Why? Why would you want any family member to sign up to a trial? You'd have to have a fucking death wish. I'm sorry. The heartache of just that. I mean, I don't even want to fucking imagine what that would be like for any fucking parent. People, that the shit that is going down, like I said, especially in third world countries. Hey, Aussie Angel. In third world countries and stuff like that, we have no idea how many folks have died from something, okay? From something. We don't know. Because I'm going to go by what the health minister here in Australia said. Global trial. That's what it's all been. People that were misdiagnosed. And tell me something, out of all of those people, out of all of them, was anybody held accountable? After getting the prick, how many more are going to go down this year? How many more are going to end up disabled? How many more are going to end up, how many parents are going to end up looking at their children not normal anymore? Think about it. Bob, yes, I do. I'll chuck it into there you go. Let me know when you've got it and I'll remove it. I mean, it's not a biggie because I've got a lot more emails, but yeah. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody believes, okay? It's called each to their own, all right? If somebody wants to sit and have a discussion with me and say, listen, I'm all for being pricked, hey, that's you. Fine, your choice. All I'm saying to people is, it's too late to fucking cry later. It's too late to cry later. Do you know what I mean? Too fucking late. So be sure. Do your own research. You're not going to die if you wait. There's nothing wrong with being at the end of the fucking queue. Paul, that's been around for years. For years. And those people get trashed. You know what I mean? Those people get fucking trashed. Hey, Carlene. Oh, is that where they've made it not mandatory, but where they've said that as far as the vaccine or whatever, that they can actually bring the Defence Force in, and the new law that they made where if the Defence Force has to hold you down or beat the fuck out of you or whatever, they're my words, to give you a prick, then they're not to be held accountable for anything. Listen. The government can't be held accountable. The companies that make the pricks can't be held accountable. The military's not going to be held accountable. The fucking cops aren't going to be held fucking accountable. Why are you putting up with this? Why? I'm not understanding it, you know? Aussie Angel, exactly. I kept track of this and I kept reporting to everybody right in the height of all of this. My sister ended up in hospital. My other sister called her. We kept tabs on her daily. Is the hospital inundated with people? No, it's very quiet. Is anybody wearing masks? No. Anybody wearing gloves? No. I mean, I've said to you guys, how many things do you touch in a day? How many things do your hands touch in a day? By now, we'd all be dead. Literally, every one of us. Every one of us that can be classed as a human being would be dead by now. Would be dead. Look where all the places that you put your handbag, for example. You bring it home, where do you put it? You stick it on the table where you eat, or on the kitchen sink, or on the kitchen bench. Your car keys, every door handle, every doorknob, from morning till fucking night. We'd all be fucking dead. And this is a pandemic. This pretty much put the whole world in lockdown. They didn't put it in lockdown. You may not want to hear it, but we put it in lockdown. All they did was said a word. Self-isolate. Everybody closed their doors. Everybody ran inside, closed their doors. Don't come out until we tell you. It's peekaboo time. Gag the fuck out of yourself. Gag the fuck out of your children. Only a year and a half ago, it was illegal to walk into a bank with your face covered. It's okay now. It's okay now. Why? Be right back soon. There's another fucking advert. Kiwi, what are you talking about? Another advert? What have I got adverts on my live stream? Tommy, exactly. Fucking cooties, mate. What's wrong with somebody else's fucking cooties? You get sick, you get over it. It's just like the flu. So what? But this had nothing to do with that, people. This has got fuck all to do with flu symptoms. It's got fuck all to do with the normal standard cough and cold, whatever, because that's all disappeared. That's all disappeared. What's that? I watched 8 paramedics off the road for 4 hours along with their ambulance during the work of nurses only because that is the system now. What a waste of money and resources. It doesn't have to be. Hang on a minute, Carleen. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me check some shit. Oh, look. I put that in there. Public Health Act. You know what I've got? Oh, this is too funny. I just did a search for Public Health Act 2016, okay? You know what my search thingy brought up? To track Rona, Israel moves to tap secret trove, defense against biological attacks. If you've actually got a link to that, Carleen, if you can drop it, that'd be great. Will, I know that, mate. I know that. There is not much that you can do. There's not much you can do. This is why I say it matters not. I mean, we can scream until the fucking cows come home, you know? We can scream until the cows come home. But at the end of the day, you're always going to have those people that are going to be at the front of the queue. They're going to run. The videos that I've seen of people that are lined up that sit in their cars for fucking hours waiting like cows for the fucking slaughter. Waiting. Waiting for what? To find out if you're going to die in that same fucking vehicle after a 4-hour wait? Or is it going to be a week later when you end up getting a blood clot? Ozzy, this is the thing. People don't have to do it, okay? I get where you're coming from. And this is what I spoke to my youngest about, okay? I said to her, fuck your mortgage. Fuck your mortgage. There is no guarantees with this prick. Fuck your mortgage if you get sick to where you can't work or you die. Fuck your job and fuck your mortgage. Fuck it, if we have to, we're family, we'll all get in the same fucking household. Who can fucking shop can shop, who's got mates that can shop or whatever, hey, we'll get fucking food via them. There's always a fucking way out. There's always a choice. There's always a choice. And the reason that people are doing it like that is because they're going to come out now. There's not enough people standing for people. You got an opinion in a fucking store about the way that I come in there? It's called get the fuck out of my face. People can homeschool. Hey, if you can't homeschool, keep them fucking home. At least you know they're healthy. Oh, Bob, I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them. I kind of sort of did the rounds from YouTube to BitChute to other links that I picked up there and went to websites and what have you. You don't need a book to teach your children how to read, how to do math. You don't need to teach them about fucking some stupid dumb fucking ass called Columbus or fucking Captain Cook. Fuck those pricks. Look at the shit we're in. You need books. You need somebody to acknowledge that your kid can read and write. Instead of buying them video games, keep them home and buy them books. Books of all fucking sorts. If you do nothing else, keep them reading all fucking day. Eventually, they will learn on their own by sitting there pronouncing shit. I ain't no school teacher, but I tell you what, I'll bet you anything that I could fucking teach 5, 10 of them to read and write without any qualifications. We've been led to believe that you need a piece of paper that's in a wooden frame hanging on the wall for you to be able to teach anybody anything. Go back some years. How do you think people became carpenters? How do you think they became plumbers and electricians and whatever? Because they learnt off somebody else. They learnt off somebody else. You don't need a fucking, don't need to be a teacher. You don't need books to teach somebody to read and write. I mean, a lot of people might think it's harsh, but I used to say to my girls, this is not a time to bring children onto the earth. It's not. It's not. Because the more I could see, the more these kids are being fucked up. Fucked up with Lord knows how many fucking injections. The mask, the 4 little squares that they have to play in. That they can't get together with their mates. They can't. Come on. Come on, people. This is your offspring. These kids rely on you. You're their protectors. Without you, they're doomed. Don't think they're not. They're going to be brought up in a sterile fucking world. And I mean fucking sterile. This continues. This will be beyond belief. I don't even know what movie it was that I watched. I wish I could fucking remember it, but I can't. Okay? And I wanted to mention, I wanted to get my sister to watch the same fucking movie that, because it reminds me so much of where all of this is headed. The movie, you have different classes, whatever. For example, you've got an art class. There is a teacher, but everybody's in the classroom. Nobody talks to anybody. Nobody talks to anybody at all in the class. You can only talk to the teacher, and once you leave your class, that's it. Whether you're walking back to your little singular bubble, what you would call room of an apartment, everything is sterile. You walk back there, you don't talk to anybody. Nobody. You pass people in the street, nobody talks to anybody. Everybody's wearing the exact same fucking thing. This is where it's heading. This is where your children are heading. This is where your children are heading. I don't want my kids to live in that kind of fucking society. How many kids that live in the city, for example, never get to see what a real fucking chicken looks like? How many never get to see what a real fucking little duckling looks like? And that's now. God forbid further down the fucking track. You know, God forbid further down the track. Will, you're not the first. You're not the first, mate, and you won't be the last. And I'm sorry that that happened. I really am. I really am. Because I know. I mean, my bro's disabled, as most of yous know. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be fucking helpless. Because there's so many things that you want to do, that you would like to do, that you think, maybe if I could do this, maybe if I could do that. And you can't, because there is one fucker or another that gets in your way, or there is no turning back from whatever is already happened. You know what I mean? The only thing that you can do is go forward and fucking tell other people. Don't put yourself in that position. I mean, I try and lose myself outside in my garden. And by the way, I have a lemon tree now. My neighbour gave me a lemon tree. I'm so ecstatic. I don't have to try and grow my own or start it or whatever. But I have a lemon tree that's been added to my collection. I go out there and I look at that, and I try to stay in the greenery. I try to stay in the moment, to just not think, you know, for a while. Just to simply not think. I see, exactly. You know, I cannot comprehend how somebody can think that somebody that is thousands upon thousands of miles away from them is their savior, when your neighbor is not your savior, but somebody that you're never gonna fucking meet, that I would never want to fucking meet, they're gonna come to your aid. Are they really? Are they really? I was watching a video on BitChute yesterday, and somebody was showing what's his name, that he the Queen's husband, and I thought, thank God one of them died already. I thought they were going to outlive all of us. And they showed a picture of him sitting in a car, and I had to literally pause the video and look, and I thought, oh my God, at first glance it looked like It looked like a corpse sitting in the vehicle. And I'm sorry, I don't like making fun of the dead, but yeah, I'm a bit sus about them. I really am. You know, I really am. But come on, people, we can do better, you know? Just give me a minute. I'm going to hit mute because I need to go pee. I'll be back in a second. People, please, if anybody wants to come up or whatever, you're welcome to come up. I'll drop a link, let me know. For any people that are new in here, something for you to ponder before you do jump up on panel. In this particular channel, we do not call anybody morons, idiots, or whatever for their opinion. We do not discuss other people's channels, nor do we discuss channel owners. That keeps the drama out, and we respect each other having our own opinion and choices in life. There's nothing wrong with adults sitting down and discussing and bringing our heads together. I mean, you know, if we all pulled our experiences together, at least we can turn around and go, oh, well, hang on a minute, I've heard of that, or hang on a minute, we can do this, because you got to stop and think. The social distancing, they don't want you to talk. The masks, they don't want you to fucking communicate. So we don't have to be rude to one another, because if you are here, okay, if you are, I don't time people out. I delete your ass from the channel. I literally go to your channel and I ban you. I don't time you out. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. This is not a drama channel. We don't do drama here. We try and discuss things. It doesn't matter whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whatever it is, we try and discuss it. So anybody that may want to come up, if you're the sort of person that you throw whatever into your sentences, think about it before you do, because I don't like banning people, but that's the punishment here. And it's not like I ban you from this particular live stream and then you can come back on the next one. Yeah, no. Because I figure we're all adults and we should be able to sit down and discuss shit normally. It doesn't matter what it's about. It doesn't matter what it's about, you know? I mean, we all should be able to sit down and go, well, you know, I don't like that and this, that, and the other, or whatever, or I like it. You don't have to like it. That's okay. It's okay, you know? But hey, we can all sit and do it. Raz, exactly. Exactly. Hang on a minute. I just spotted a link. Hang on. Sorry. Copy. Stick it down there. Well, damn it, Will. You could have come up before I went to the toilet, and I wouldn't have had dead air for a while. Bloody hell. I don't know, some people. Jeez. It's all about discussing, people. We get ahead in society because we get together and we discuss. How did they do it years ago? You know what I mean? They didn't stand there and have full-on fucking brawls and arguments and calling each other fuckwits and da-da-da-da-da. Nothing ever would have been built. Nothing ever would have gotten fucking done. Hello, Will. Oh, there's Will. It might help if I hit the add to stream button so that Will can come up.
There's my ugly head. There's my ugly head. In the midst of things.
That's too funny. I'm looking at your fucking picture down the bottom there. Can you tell I haven't done this for a while? And I'm thinking, oh, there's Will. Hello, Will.
Here I am. How are you? All right? Yeah, we're in it, aren't we? Eh?
Absolutely, mate.
We're up for it. We're in for a challenge of our lives. We're in for the fight of our lives.
And it's a fight for life. That's the thing. It's not a fight for freedom anymore. It's a fight to fucking live.
Yep. People don't want to know. They don't want to know, do they? They don't want to listen. They don't want to understand. They think things will go back to normal. Things will go back to normal. Man, nothing's going back to normal ever again. Yeah.
The only possible way for anything to go back to normal, and that's if the head of the snake is totally cut off, one.
Shit.
You know? And if people actually forget their differences and they start communicating. Because to me, if you literally cordoned off Canberra, okay,
oh, please,
and you didn't let anybody out of that main building, would society stop? The answer is no.
Oh, we could do
people would still go to work
without all those bastards. Yep.
You know, people would go to work. People would still communicate. People would still help each other. Yep. Life wouldn't fucking end if there was no government.
Life would begin. Life would begin. Yeah. Of course, everyone's been.
Sorry, Will, go on.
No, I was just going to say everyone's been sucked into this whole two-party system. You know, that politics is the real deal.
Oh, listen, mate. That everything is got two sides or more to it, and that is to divide people.
That's it.
Kiwi, I love my books, Kiwi. I reckon people should seriously make a huge investment in buying paper books, because there will come a time where there won't be any. They'll be so fucking rare, mate. Aussie has a good idea. There you go. She says we could quarantine them. Can we do that permanently, please? And I wanna make it mandatory while they're in quarantine that they have to be masked up, and also they're not allowed to go do their shopping. And I want every one of them anal swabbed. Anal swabbing should happen, I think, every hour, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, but they'd like that.
Not with the swab
they'd enjoy it.
Use. Not with the swab that I use, Will. Get that mop out. It's swabbing time.
Bristle. Big stiff bristle.
Like that too, one of those bottle brush things. That's a good idea. Can you see what happens when more than one mind comes together? We come up with these brilliant fucking ideas. Kiwi, exactly. I remember, snail mail, and yet now, see that same device that gets your message across quicker, that same device is now keeping tabs on you.
All by design. That's why they've taken us out of the analog. They took us out of the analog and took us into the digital.
What you doing there? Are you plastering?
I am. I'm paint. Well, I'm patching and painting.
Oh, cool. What, your place or?
Like, what is it? No, it's a job. I'm a painter by trade.
Okay.
Yeah. And what do the Yanks say? I can chew gum and walk at the same time.
They're going after the water now. Water is a commodity on the stock market. Bob? Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Do you know how long ago, and if I go back and look for the fucking videos, mate, I was saying to people, if you're going to invest in anything on the stock market, it's blue gold, it's water, right?
Yep.
Yonks ago, I brought that up. Why? Because Bush and his whole complete fucking family, and I don't know, probably even his dead relatives, bought all this fucking land on top of one of the world's biggest water aquifers. I can't remember whether it was Brazil or Argentina, but the Bushes own most of the land on top of the world's biggest water aquifer.
Yeah. That's why they're doing the fracking. They want to poison the water source, so we have to buy the water from them.
Yeah, come on. I think we can do better, I can do better. Can you do better, Will?
I can do better. We could all do better. We could all do better. Much better.
So whereabouts are you? You don't have to say if you don't want, but...
I'm up in Joondalup.
In where?
Joondalup.
You're that close to me.
Yeah, shit. You're just around the corner. I think you're in Thornley or something.
No, I'm in Morley.
Oh shit! I was only there yesterday down in Dianella.
You're kidding me.
I could have popped in for a cuppa.
Really?
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck it hell. See what happens, people, when you have a nice conversation with somebody, you find out that there's more like-minded people almost living around the corner from you, for fuck's sake. See what happens when you talk nice to one another?
Yep. Yep, definitely. Definitely. Because we've got to be able to rely on people. We have to be able to rely on people. We've got to be able to rely on each other, but, you've got to put your trust in someone.
And that's the thing, that nowadays, because of all the fucking hate and divide in society, it literally gets you to a point where you don't want to trust anybody. You don't even... My dad used to say that how can you trust somebody if you can't even trust yourself and what you would do in any given situation until you're in that situation. And just in case you want to talk, Will, you muted your ass. I didn't mute you.
Sorry. There we go.
Why is he being fucking rude now?
Just can't help myself sometimes. Yeah, it's if we can find people nearby that that was why the whole divide and conquer thing come in. That's why they've been doing all this shit for so long.
I know.
Get everyone against each other. You know, if you can't trust someone, who can you trust? Yeah.
Aussie, and that's okay. A lot of people still look at the flag as being something. To me, I look at it as another category that we stay divided over. You know what I mean?
Yes. The difference between the blue flag and the red flag, eh?
Yep.
Red and blue, pick a side, pick a team.
And it's okay. None of it, like I says, none of it is wrong. We all have gone. We're all on a different journey in life, right? And the things that you know now are because partly responsible because of the journey that you have been on. Do you know what I mean?
Yep,
I mean, the journey that
definitely.
I've taken up until this point has brought me to thinking the way that I do now. You know, so we can't all be totally into everything like you know, me and you are just agreeing on absolutely everything. Well, there are some people, but I mean, I suppose it would then we'd have to get nitpicky and go, well, do you leave the lid on the toothbrush or do you take the lid off the toothbrush, or you know, do you put the bristles down into the cup or do you stand it on its end?
You know, something my daughter said to me the other night, we had this conversation, and I said to her, you know, we're all in the same boat. You know, we're all in the same boat. And she said, we're not in the same boat, but we're on the same ocean.
Well, true. I suppose if you look at the boat as being the journey that you're on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're all just fucking floating around out there and figuring or trying to figure shit out.
trying to figure shit out.
That's why I say we're all in the same shit pool. She just
We
refers to
are.
the shit pool as the ocean.
It's a big shit pool.
The problem is, I wouldn't mind being in the shit pool. But when you come across others that are in that same shit pool, when they try and stick your head down, because we're neck deep in shit right now. But do I need then somebody to go stick my head into the fucking shit? No. We've got to help each other get out of the shit, not fucking try and
Not
drown
at
each
all.
other in the fucking shit.
That's it. That's it. What can we do? But, you know, seriously, what can we do? All we can do is what we can do for ourselves and those close to us. You know,
Do you
because
know
that big picture stuff,
somebody will, I was
you know,
listening,
what can we do about any of that?
I can't remember which video it was, whether I think it might have been the doctor video when they were discussing as to what you can do or whatever, or whether it was no, it might have been Max Egan that I was listening to, and they were trying to come up with different ideas about what people can do. And somebody mentioned what are those? And Jesus, now I've had a brain fart. What do you call those thingies where you're walking down the street or whatever, and all of a sudden everybody starts dancing?
Oh, flash mob.
Flash mob. That's it.
Yep.
Fucking
Yep.
flash mob.
Yep.
Well, when you see somebody being attacked, maybe you need to get other people on the phone and go, well, come down here and give this
Yes.
fucker a taste of his own fucking medicine. Or if somebody's not being allowed in to buy food, maybe we should call for backup and go, you need it down here and you need it down here now because so-and-so can't buy fucking food. Because if we stand up, what can the shop do?
Call the cops.
Well,
Call the
not
cops. Bring them
necessarily,
on.
Will, not necessarily. Let me tell you something. About a week ago, if not 2 weeks ago, this was while the mask wearing was still on here, okay?
Yep. Yep.
My nephew goes to Bunnings, and they were telling everybody that if they didn't have a mask on, that they were not going to serve them. Well, my nephew asks for the manager. The manager comes down. Now, my nephew buys, he's in he's a tradie just like you are. The manager comes down and my nephew says to him, he goes, listen, dude, he goes, I spend a lot of money in your shop. He goes, I'm not putting that on because I end up having mental issues when I put that on, meaning I get angry and I want to fucking hit some bastard. He goes, are you not going to serve me here? Because I can always take my money somewhere else. The guy not only looked at him, the manager, but at the other people that were there also with no masks on, turned around and said to the checkouts, serve everybody. Because all it takes is for one person to fucking stand up.
That's it. That's it.
And us being European, we don't give a flying fuck. Because if something's not right, it's not right. If my money was good yesterday, why the fuck don't you want it today?
Yeah. Another reason why they want to get rid of the dollar, right? Crash that.
Oh, paper money? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
They want out with paper money because they want to know what you're spending on. They want to know what you're doing it every second of the fucking day. They want to know what you are doing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Actually, I've had that confrontation a couple of times already. When this all kicked off, in the paint shop, they stopped taking the dollar, and I had a big barney with them because I said it's legal tender.
That's right. Mate, that was no difference.
What if I haven't got a
At
card?
Coles. Well, I had that episode down here at Coles, but not because of COVID, right? This was prior to COVID. Chick in front of me, and she had a handful of change. All she was buying was bread and milk, and she had a handful of change. And the girl turns around and says to her, she goes, oh, I can't take that. And of course, that piqued my interest because to me, I'm always for the fucking underdog, right? And I'm wanting to see where this is going to go now. And the girl's saying to her, she goes, what do you mean you can't take it? She goes, I've got enough here. Oh, no, we can't take the change. And now I've stuck my nose in it and I'm going to the check, but it's money. And she's going, oh, no, Coles has told us that we can't take that. And I says, well, okay. I says, I'll pay for her stuff. She wouldn't let me. Would not take my money to serve this chick. The chick ended up leaving the bread and the milk there and literally walked out of the fucking store.
Unreal.
I could not get over it. I was so fucking angry. I was ropeable.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely up against it.
No to mask in local hospital here. Told we'll tie your hands down after we class you as a confused person. Oh yeah, see that's another thing, Ozzy, that I put up ages ago, a video on where they're bringing in mental health. They're incorporating the police and mental health.
Yep.
And then you have a choice. You either go to jail or you get a nice little room, a padded little room at the mental place.
Yep. Yeah, a friend of mine, she's a nurse. She was in Royal Perth a few weeks back. She had broken her foot, broken her ankle, and she didn't want the treatment that was being offered. And she was telling the doctor because, you know, she's a free thinker. And he had her put under psych evaluation because she wouldn't accept the treatment that was being offered. And they forced surgery on her that she didn't want to have.
Wow.
She was so upset. But what could she do? Yeah.
People don't go to fucking hospital. I think it's high time we start learning how to do our own shit at home, like how to straight it. Hey, listen, Will, don't laugh. Years ago,
you wouldn't want an appendicitis, but would you?
I could cut you open, and I don't know. I could cut you open and try and find the fucker.
Go see the dentist. We've got a pair of
No,
pliers.
I could rip your tooth out. I've had 2 teeth taken out, mate, and I felt everything because they actually fucked up.
Ooh.
The government dentist, they fucked up. They didn't see the abscess underneath it. Dentist moved the tooth, which means once it's moved, it's got to come out.
Come out.
Doesn't matter how many injections they give you, you're still feeling that bitch. Happened twice to me in my lifetime. So can I pull your tooth out? Hell the fuck yeah. I mean, my old boy, this obviously my parents have passed away, but back in Yugoslavia, he was helping put a roof on a building, right? And part of the roof, because they were doing it like in sections, part of it, how they somehow they were trying to maneuver it up or whatever, and it slipped and it came down on his ankle, and his foot was literally facing, like, instead of facing forward, it was facing off to the side. His grandfather taught him that if you get an injury like that, you don't wait until the injury cools down. You've got to do it while the injury is fresh, meaning you've got to grab that foot and you've got to straighten that bitch right there and right now. And that's what my father did. Never saw a fucking doctor. Will, if you're talking, I can't hear you, mate. You muted yourself again. As soon as I could stand on my own, I called a taxi and came.
Yes. Sorry about that. Postie was
No,
out the
that's
door.
okay. I'm telling you, with all of these doctors that are literally being booted out of the medical profession, right? Or the ones that are literally choosing to leave medicine behind, we need places to open up where those guys can go work. Where those guys can go work. Because I tell you what, I would rather go
do you
there.
remember Perth? I don't.
Go on. Do I remember what, Will?
Do you remember a few years ago there was? Do you remember that Aussie chick that was over in America who got shot by the copper?
Yep. I remember
an Aussie
that.
bird, and she was over in America.
Yeah.
Anyway, it turned out that she was learning to, or she was a naturopath, or
Right.
or a holistic. Yeah, and at the time, there was.
Well, I don't know what it is, but wherever you've moved your
And there was a
phone
whole
to,
heap of. It turned out there was a whole lot of these holistic doctors.
Oh, you mean I remember
because
that. There was a year there,
they were
yes,
people who
there
had
was a year
knowledge
there
that would be able to help us.
where they were all dropping dead for some odd reason, and people are going like, what the fuck is happening? These alternative medicine people seem to be just dying here, there, and everywhere. Oops, we lost Will. He'll be back in a minute. Just remind me to add him to the screen. Hey, Kata. Specialized paramedics become glorified nurses. Wow. Wow. We got to do something, people. Got to do something. We can't just let it go like this. We can't keep doing this and thinking that things are going to change for the better. It's not. It's not. Because for every day that goes by, and if you start doing the rounds on all of the social media, it is clear that shit is going to get worse. And we can get back to normal. The normal that we think was normal, you know? We can get back to normal, but not until we all get together and stand up and go, no. I've said it before, we are the pawns in the game of life. They move us around how they want to. Well, if we stop playing, if we refuse to be the pawns, that's the end of the game. It's the end of the game, but we can't do it. One pawn can't do it. All the pawns together can. You know, there is no game without us. There just isn't. I mean, tell me something. If a whole complete city, no matter where, it doesn't have to be here in Australia, anywhere, any city, any town, if everybody stands up and says, no, I'm not putting an nappy on my face, what? They're going to lock everybody up? Of course they're not. Of course they're fucking not. The amount of people in one city outweigh the size of the police department by fucking thousands. Just don't fucking do it. Because what are they going to do? They're going to bring the military in on you? Really? Really? So if we still stand up and say no, what's the military going to do? What? Lock down a whole complete fucking city and do what with those people? If everybody just says no, everybody stays home, everybody doesn't go to work, what are they going to do? What? Start up firing squads? It's because they've divided everybody so fucking bad that people don't want to defend other people. People will see somebody getting beaten the fuck out of and they will walk on by. They will walk on by. Well, Ras, put it this way, if it gets down to that, then the rest of the country that allows that to happen, then they deserve it. They deserve what's coming. Isn't it better to die by firing squad than to be for somebody to turn you into a guinea pig, a fucking robot, whatever, for the rest of your born days? You'll need a license to fart. And we might think that funny at the moment. But sadly, if they turn around and say that your fart is fucking, I don't know, fucking up the ozone layer, like they're blaming it on the poor fucking cows now, like we didn't have cows before and cows never farted before, right? No other animal ever farts. You're going to need a license. Need a passport to travel. Need a passport to shop. Need a passport to what? If you get caught saying hello to somebody, what? They're going to start fining you. That's me too. Me too. Like I said, we were having that discussion this morning. And the person that actually sticks me with it, they better make sure that their name is not shown, because karma's a bitch. And in that case, her name will be Donna. Because I am not going to stand by and have somebody turn me into a fucking guinea pig. This is my body, and I have a fucking right to choose what goes in it and what doesn't. We all do. We have a right to decide what goes into our children's body, because they are our children. They are not the government's children. They are not the state's children. They are not the country's children. They're our children. We gave birth to them. We gave birth to them. Ras, it's not even rushed flu shots, mate. It's not even this is not even a rushed thing. I mean, these people, it's not like they're still working on it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Raccoon Man.
Hey, darling, calm down.
Oh, this is calm. This is calm.
You
It could get
Australian,
way worse.
you Aussie girls are so spunky.
My wife snapped at the school board once. If they thought our kids were theirs, then where was the years of child support? Exactly. Exactly. They don't hand over cash for you when you have a child so that you can educate. They charge your child for a fucking education. They leave them in debt.
Wow.
I didn't have children to share them with everybody else. They're my kids. So how's things in your neck of the woods, Raccoon?
Oh, just same old, man. I quit letting the outside world bother me anymore. It's out of our hands. I don't know what's going to happen. It's not going to be pretty. I know that, but you can burn yourself up, man. I spent all that years fighting and getting aggravated with that shit. The hell with it. Everybody smoke dope, chill out.
Yeah, no. To me, Raccoon, I appreciate what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying. To me, I look at it and I can walk away from all of this. I can walk away from YouTube and all other social media and not listen to what doctors are saying and not hear any of that stuff and think that my life is okay. But I've already seen shit. I already know shit. And sadly, for me, there is no going back. You know what I
No,
mean?
I'm the
I
same
can't go
way.
back to just thinking that everything is just honky dory.
I just don't know what we're going to do.
Well, it's easy, like I said, we're the pawns that they're moving around. Without the pawns, there is no game. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? There is no game. We don't have to fight. We just simply stop. We just simply stop. We don't do
Let,
anything.
let's pull a Gandhi on them.
I mean, it's a case of let's do something. Something is better than nothing. You know what I mean? The sad thing is, some years ago, Raccoon, obviously I haven't seen your name around that much, so I don't think that you followed me back then. But
No.
I actually I used to make a video, and I would say, okay, everybody on the 11th of every month, just stop. Don't go to work. Don't send your kids to school. Don't, because you can see, like, a lot of people spend a lot of time on YouTube and social media and whatever. So there's a lot of people that already aren't working, okay? So I put these videos out, and I figure if I can get people to do it for one day out of a month, all right? One day out of a month, then we might be able to get the ball rolling on something. Do you know what used to happen on those days? People
No.
would turn around and go, "Oh no, I can't because if I don't go to work, people aren't going to get their meds." Really? If I don't go, well, hang on a minute. Yesterday you were doing nothing, but today you can't do nothing. I don't understand that. So when you ask people to do nothing, all of a sudden they're busy. How is that possible? I mean, people have days off to do nothing, and they think that that's okay. Why? Because it's called a day off. But if it's a day off from a broken society, then people can't do it. I don't get it. I don't understand people's way of thinking.
I don't either. All you can do is take care of yourself, your family.
Kater, exactly. You can't. You can't. I've tried it. I've even thought to myself, fuck it, I'm just going to walk away from all of this, not talk about it anymore, and just go back to concentrating on I don't know, fucking vacuuming my carpet, doing my garden, whatever the fuck it is that I do, and how I used to spend my time. But I can't because I go out there and I see something and it reminds me of whatever. And then I'm looking at my garden and I'm thinking, why do I bother? Why do I fucking bother? When the man might come tomorrow and say, well, you can't have an orange tree out the front. You can't grow your own fucking orange tree. So what good is my motherfucking garden?
I don't know. All I know is it's not it's not gonna be pretty for us common folk. They want us to be their peasants so they can sit on their asses, these rulers of the world, you know. You still got people believing in kings and queens and dragons and fairies and whatever.
Hey,
You know,
listen, the dragons and fairies are good for me. I'm liking dragons and fairies right now. I really am. It's the fuckers like the kings and queens and governments that I don't like. Why? Because they're there manipulating the whole frigging world. They're manipulating everybody. They're making people suffer that shouldn't be suffering.
no, but they want everything. They want the power, the money, and they get off on manipulating people, making people miserable.
The thing is, nobody has to be manipulated. Just don't fucking do it. Don't do it. I used to have, before I changed my banner, I used to have it written on there. We are nothing more than the pawns in the game of life. And that's what we are. And people just need to start looking at shit that way and go, well, okay, if we pawns are not there, there ain't no fucking game.
What if everybody says, to hell with it? I'm not going to work. I quit. What's going to happen? It might not be as bad as we think, you know?
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. You know why, mate? Because they already tested that out for us. They said the word lockdown, they said the word self-isolate, and everybody stopped. Did
Yeah.
everybody die? Nobody died. The world didn't fucking end.
This wasn't even a killer flu. It was rough on some people, but on average, it wasn't that big a deal.
Put it this way, mate, at the end of the day, if we all just stop this ridiculous fucking game, at least when people close their doors on their businesses and people are struggling as far as food and whatever goes, at least we know that we're doing it for a fucking good reason. We're doing it because it's a fight to live. It's a fight to survive. That's what we're doing it for. Not some bogus ass fucking made up pile of manipulative, controlling fucking crap to manipulate the whole fucking planet. At least we know it's for a good reason if you don't step out the front door and go to work, or if you don't take your kids to school, or you close your business door. You know there is a good reason behind it.
It's all an illusion. This money is not worth nothing. It's to motivate us to work and produce and make goods and services for the very wealthy. The money part, it's just an illusion. They print it out by the trillions now, and they're handing it out by the billions. You can't give away real money, but you
You
can
know
give
why
away
they You know
fake
why they're
money.
doing that, Raccoon? Because they already knew. They already knew a long time ago that they were going to get rid of paper money. So, hey, print out as much as you want because a little ways down the track, we won't be fucking using it anyway. It'll all be plastic. You'll need a passport to be able to use your fucking whatevers.
Yeah, but you won't need a photo ID to go vote.
Used, abused. Stay safe, be blessed. Are you going? Thank you kindly for hanging, mate. Shane, how's things at your end? Yeah, I just think, we don't. It does not have to be, um, it doesn't have to be abusive. Everybody just needs to stand up. Everybody needs to it's getting people to find some commonality. It's a case of trying to get people, forget about what we don't agree on. Let's concentrate on what we do agree on. Let's concentrate on that, on the things that we do agree on. Is what is going on around us affecting you? Yes. Is what is going on around us affecting me? Yes. Okay. We have found common ground. Let's stand up for that. Forget about whether you want to paint your fence green and I want to paint my fence fucking blue. It doesn't matter.
That's kind of like the children. They're being robbed now. They're not being educated. They're being indoctrinated to believe these off the wall, crazy bullshit. Uh, but they can't do long division math or you know algebra longhand. You know what I'm saying?
Mate, we were indoctrinated in schools a long time ago. A long time ago.
I got a phone call to take. Very important. I'll come back and see y'all in a second.
No dramas, mate. Thank you for coming up. I mean, Jesus, like I says, when I first started waking up to this, my first thing was weather modification. The more I looked into it, then it hit me and I thought, hang on a fucking minute. They used my parents to indoctrinate me. And then the real truth fucking hit me. They used me to indoctrinate my own fucking children. That's when I got as angry as all fuck. That's why they keep everybody divided so that nobody can find common ground. You know what I mean? All they do is they escalate our differences. Difference of color, difference of race, difference of religion, difference of all of that. That's why they keep us all divided. That's why they keep everybody divided so that nobody can find common ground. Shane, you got to turn YouTube off, mate. They escalate our differences. That's better.
Yeah, forgot to do that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're all good.
Oh, good. So, hey, regarding that Max Egan link you sent yesterday with the nanotech in the masks.
Yeah.
And I made a comment and said, Jesus, is it possible that it's in the shit study paper as well?
The thing is, Shane, we don't know. That's no different to me saying, has this nanotech been in medication all this time? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because they don't ever come out and tell us, oh, I've discovered this today, and then we get to know about it. Hell the fuck no. They test it out on all of us before they actually come out and go, oh, we think maybe, just maybe, in about 2 or 3 years, we might be able to do this. And they forget the fact that of telling us that we've been their guinea pigs the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I was listening to a interesting character. His name I've forgotten, but he's a really interesting guy. He's got a PhD in virology and something else, blah blah. And he's supposed to be one of the best authorities on what they're injecting into people with this messenger, whatever it is. That there are just so many different types of weaponry with this stuff. Like, for example, he would say you could develop some kind of a bacteria or a nanobot or something that will just specifically attack your gut, right? And meaning that to disarm a person, if you've got a really bad gut like IBS and you're shitting 10 times a day, you know, you're not much chop. And listen, I heard about this, and the last time I haven't seen my doctor for ages, and I don't intend to go back to see him again. But I had a curiosity. I said, how many patients do you get coming in with gut issues? And you know, IBS, that kind of thing. And he said, what? He didn't even hesitate. He just said 1 in 10 that specifically go to see him just for that problem.
But how can they not, Shane? I mean, you stop and look. All the friggin' GMO that has fucked over our food. How can people not have gut problems? This is a human body trying to sift through fucking chemicals through Lord knows fucking what. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I've got that problem too, but I've also got this other issue. Listen, what do you know about eczema? And
What do I know?
Yeah, like bad eczema.
I've known a couple of kids of friends' kids that have had it, and they grow out of it. I know that, like they only have it for like a couple of years or whatever, and then they just seem to grow out of it. I know that you can get hives from major stress. That I do know. Is eczema something along the same lines, possibly as hives, where you can get it from a shitload of stress? I don't know.
Yeah. I've got it from the knees down to my ankles, both legs, really bad.
Have you been out in the garden? Has anything touched your skin?
I mean, not that I'm aware of. It just started slowly and just, I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. I'm just applying a lot of good old aloe vera and vitamin E cream, and it just itches like you wouldn't believe.
You know what would possibly get rid of that immediately?
Oh, what's that?
Have you got any? Have you got any mix of colloidal silver?
No, I don't.
Because I have, I know a lady that associates with my sister, and she actually made up bottles like Coke bottles. They mixed it all up or whatever. There's a different batch for drinking, and there's a different batch just to use it to spray on.
Right.
I can tell you, you spray though anything itches, you spray it on that, it'll stop the itching almost immediately.
All right. Well, I'll look into that. Colloidal silver. Then you mix it with water and spray it on it.
Colloidal silver, yeah. I don't know if anything else is actually mixed in there. I can't tell you, but I know that these were mixed because she gave my sister 2 bottles, and I had right between the shoulder blades where you can't kind of get to it from the top with your hand and you can't get to it from the bottom.
Yeah.
And it used to fucking itch constantly. And I said to my sister one day, I was at her house, and I said to her, I said, what the fuck is there? I said, I can't get this to stop itching. And she goes, oh, it just looks like a couple of little tiny pimple sort of things or whatever. And she goes, I've got some colloidal silver, let's try it. So she stuck some on a cotton ball, and she held it on there for a while and then took it off, and I let it dry in the sun before I pulled my top down. Do you know that that thing has not itched since then?
Right. And this is with this colloidal silver concoction.
Yes. Yes.
Would I wonder if there's anything on YouTube, like a tutorial or something, that explains how you put it together. You know, just basic stuff. How much colloidal silver do you put in the ratio with water, blah blah. You know, I'll have to look into it because it's driving me
Because
nuts.
they do say there, like I said, she did 2 different ones. There's one that you spray on, and there's a different one. There's a different one that you actually drink. So obviously the mix is different. Did you get the vax, Shane?
Did I what?
Have you gotten the prick yet?
Are you joking?
You don't have a death wish?
No, not at this stage. But oh god, just do you sometimes feel speechless? Like just the way that they're selling the vaccination, you know, and pumping it, it's just unreal, isn't it? Just and the way Biden in the States is, I don't know if you saw it or not, but that senile old cunt telling, you know, the young children to get the jab, you know, you kiddies, you know, that demonic fucker.
But they're all demonic fuckers. It's not just Biden. It's
Yeah,
all of them.
I know that. But he actually just looks, you know what I mean?
He looks dead. He to me looks like The Walking Dead.
Yes.
He looks like somebody actually dug up the grave and just, I don't know, stuck a stick up his ass to make him look upright. And he's just pottering around, you know.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Oh, there you go. That's another thing too, actually, that you can try, Shane. Apple cider vinegar.
I have that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, no. Have you tried putting it on your legs?
Oh no, I've been drinking it with water though, because I saw.
Yeah, no. Try putting it on your legs.
Oh, I will. I'll definitely try that, because I did look into YouTube about cures for eczema, and I just sat through a few different ones, and people who had it, young people who had it more severely than I've got it. Like, not just the lower legs, they had it in their arms and back and legs. Shocking. And they've had different cures. And this girl basically said, I experimented and I ended up trying, like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then what was it again? Was it cod liver oil or something applied, and it cleared up within 2 weeks. And I've had this condition now for well over a month, and it's just erupted. And to me, it looks like it's
Okay, pull your trouser leg up. We all want to see. Come on, stick it up.
Well,
listen, we've had people going to the toilet on this channel. I'm sure I can look at a bit of leg.
I'll show you.
Ooh, well, in all honesty, I can't. Oh, okay.
Hang on, where's my fucking foot? So that's the inside. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
How fucking red it is? It's all the way up to the knee on both legs. And it just, I've had it looked at and they said, oh, it's a form of eczema. But to me,
okay. Is it dry? Is it dry skin, Shane?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you can try. There's 3 things here now that you can try. If it's mega dry skin, because Aussie Angel's saying it looks, it sounds like dry skin. So get yourself some coconut oil, not kitchen oil, but organic coconut oil in a jar, and try putting that on. See if that relieves it. If that doesn't do it, wash everything off with soap, right? Make sure that you rinse it well, and then try apple cider vinegar.
Oh, right. Yeah,
When you buy the apple cider vinegar, make sure you get the one that's got mother written on it.
Yeah. I've got the Bogues one.
Right. And if that doesn't help, then try colloidal silver.
Okay. I'm just making notes. Colloid, how's that spelled? Colloidal?
COL, hang on. Colloidal, is it colloidal or colloidal? Colloidal silver? COLODIL, colloidal? Colloidal. It might be COL.
That's all right.
OU. They'll know what if you go to buy it, they'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would try those 3 things before anything else.
Yeah, I really wonder, I think about, when you mentioned, these nano fucking bot things being in medications for God knows how long. And I wonder, when I think about it, I'm not big on pills at all, but when I had a really bad accident 12 years ago, I was on OxyContin and benzodiazepines for fucking 2 years, and I just keep wondering, fuck. I wonder if this is something to do with that, like they've released.
I don't know, but just to answer Bootlicker in the chat, search engines are your friend, but like I always say to people, don't go to a medical website. To me, when I go look for, there it is. Thank you, Bob. Colloidal.
Colloidal, right?
I was saying it the way that I was saying it. COLLOIDAL.
Oh, right. Okay.
I never go to a big website if I'm looking for information on my health. I go into community forums and I wait to find, I keep reading through all the comments and the posts that have been put there, and I keep reading all the way down until I find the person who has the exact same symptoms as me. Not part of the symptom, but the exact same symptoms. And then I see the responses to that. And at least then I know where to go to from there. Like, you know, do I go and see, do I test out what they used or whatever? Do I go to the doctors and ask for a specific pill? But that's where I go. I go to the community forums if I'm looking for anything as a diagnosis for my health. I do not go to a website. If I'm looking for quick info for somebody or whatever, I'll just go to the first website that comes up on a search engine. But yeah.
Right. What do you call them? Community sites?
A community forum.
Oh, community forum.
And just remember, we're all different, you know. So for you, for example, maybe the apple cider vinegar will work, but the colloidal silver won't, or vice versa. You know what I mean? But at least you're dealing with organic stuff. You're dealing with natural stuff rather than chemical-based shit.
Yeah, sure. Hey, listen, while I think of it, when you were talking to, I think, was it Will?
Yeah.
He mentioned something about either a friend or relative had broken their ankle and were forced into a procedure that he didn't want or something.
Oh, hang on a minute. Aussie Angel, thanks for hanging, mate. Catch you later. Apparently, yeah. She was a nurse or something or other, and they forced her to accept the treatment that they had on offer.
Right.
And if she wasn't going to have it, then they were going to call in, obviously, mental health.
Yeah, right. Well, do you remember a year or two ago here in Perth, I'm sure it was Perth, where this young kid, you know, he's probably in his teenage years, had some sort of cancer, whether it was, I'm not sure what it was, but it was cancer apparently. And the parents, of course, the hospital recommended chemotherapy and radiology and all that. And his parents refused the treatment because they'd seen another relative of theirs in recent years with cancer go through the horrors of chemo and radiation therapy, and just said it was so fucking horrible that they couldn't put their own son through it. They had to go to court to fight the hospital from having that treatment. Because there was it was either a huge fine or possible jail time. Do you remember that?
I don't remember it, but like I said, I wouldn't be going anywhere near those places, especially now.
Well, unfortunately, they won the case, you know, but it was a real battle. They had to get some serious legal representatives to fight them.
I mean, Shane, that's all good and well if you've got the money to fight it, but what happens if you don't?
No, actually,
You know
they weren't a wealthy family, but some, you know, obviously some lawyers who had some sort of conscience heard about the case and came in and helped, you know, like for gratis, you know. So, you know, that was, I just thought, oh, God, I had no idea that they could force chemo upon you, you know, and if you don't take it, lock you up. Fuck.
Well, obviously, you can't break an ankle either.
Yeah.
So the best way to avoid mental health or forcible surgery is don't fucking go there.
Yeah, well, you know, ankles are really nasty. I think it's the because I remember when I was in hospital after my accident, there was a woman opposite me in the room. There were 4 beds, and this woman, I was in there for a couple of weeks, I think, and this woman was wheeled in, and she'd broken her ankle, and they had her in bed, and she had a splint kind of thing on, and her leg was raised, But she couldn't move, get out of the bed for 6 weeks, or put any pressure on her ankle. Because there are that many bones in there that, have to heal. So anyway, I'm just thought I'd mention that. Don't break your ankle. Because it's
listen, the best thing is like I keep saying to people, assume responsibility for your body. Hello, Jacob. Assume responsibility for your body, know your body. Know what you can take to help you breathe. Know what shit that you can buy over the counter, shit that you can buy in organic shops, whatever. Know what expands your lungs if you get to a point where you can't breathe. Have it in the house at all times. Know different things. Know what to I don't know, to fucking stop a toothache. Know, just find all of that stuff out. We spend so much time on the internet. Allocate some time to find out what those things are. Bring them home. If you think you're going to forget what it was for or whatever, bag it, tag it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if it gets down to a point where you are refused medical help or dental or anything like that if you don't have a prick. And I'm not being sexist here, but because they seem to be putting that on everything else. I mean, if you can't walk into a fucking shop because you haven't, because the shops are going to be allowed to say, well, we're not going to let you in if you haven't had the prick yet. You're going to need that for everything.
Yeah, I actually see a government-run dental clinic, once a year on average, and I haven't heard anything yet about the possibility of, having a compulsory jab to get in to have some dental work done. That I've not heard. Well, at this stage, any suggestions that that's going to be?
Well, not yet, but hey, just give it a bit of time. Jacob, what is Primatene? Primatene is a bronchodilator. What is Primatene? Is that a tablet, a spray, a liquid? We have there you go. Broken says we have a restaurant here in Utah that's vax only. Wow. I wouldn't be fucking going there, And this is where it's sad, mate. This is where it's extremely sad, is that people will support that restaurant, okay, just because they have had a jab, rather than go, well, we're all entitled to our own choices, and we're not going to go there in support of the people that choose not to get the jab. This is where it is. This is why they keep us all fucking divided.
So, I've never had I had a tooth extraction, I don't know, 8 months ago, and it was an absolute, oh my God, the pain. It was because the root was hooked.
Right.
And she gave it 3 or 4 goes. I had 4 or 6 shots, but my point is, you said you had an abscess or something in your tooth or in your gums or something?
Hang on a minute, just let me read this. Crystal says, I was refused dental at the dental school for refusing to get my temp taken. Waited 2 years for that appointment. Wow. See, this is another reason people see, when people don't get together and bring their experiences forward, unless we do that, people, we're not going to know. that it's already taking place. Do you know what I mean? This is why I always encourage people, forget about your differences and come together on the things that you know, the common ground, because this is going to affect all of us. It's not like it's just going to affect, you know, the ones that don't get a prick or the ones that do get a prick or whatever. This affects all of us.
Yeah, I'm wondering, you know, the predicaments they could put you in if, for example, let's say you had some really serious dental problems, like, you know, abscess gums, and you're just living in sheer hell, and you've got to have it looked at. Theoretically, you're thinking, you know, you just can't stand the pain anymore. And they say, oh, we've got to give you a jab first. You know, it's like, and you're losing your mind because you're in such pain and discomfort, and you know, you can't sleep, and you've got another abscess coming up, you know, and all this sort of stuff. This hypothetical, you know, what would you do?
Expert, as far as I know, the video that you keep talking about, I've already put that up on my page. And if I haven't actually put it up, I have shared the link to that on a video. I actually made a video and shared the link. So if people want to get to that particular link, all they have to do is look at the last, I don't know, probably 5 videos that I put up, because one of them actually takes people directly to that.
You talking about the Max Egan mask thing?
I put up the masks. I put up the doctor, the 4 doctors, 5 doctors that we're talking about. How, sorry, Jacob says Perth Observer holds my wrench with both hands. Ah. But yeah. Ammonium lactate is sour milk, not sure. Well, you know, the best thing for people's guts really is sour milk. My ma used to make it when we were living in the farming community. She would make it all the time at home on her own.
Really?
We never ever bought it. The only time we ever bought that, the only time that we ever bought that was when we moved to the city. But my ma used to make it.
Sour milk for gauges. Hmm.
It's like probiotics. Instead of buying stuff, you know, like anything that's probiotic that's already pre-made or whatever, just keep a container, a big ass bucket container of yogurt, just natural. I buy the New Zealand natural yogurt in the fridge. I'll eat that. I'll literally placky a piece of bread with that, and I'll eat it. I put it on my toast.
Yogurt?
Yogurt. Natural yogurt.
I've been eating yogurt.
It's a probiotic. It's good for your stomach.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. I'm also trying to, you know, just a better health and eczema crap. You know, taking, you know, with the meal, zinc, magnesium, vitamin B complex, and vitamin E, and the other one, vitamin C.
Bootlicker, the video that you're referring to is the sharing video, the last video. No, the second last video that I put up. I put up one, I think it was this morning, and I put up one, the last one that I put up yesterday would have been about the doctors that you're talking about. So sharing video, when I put up sharing videos, I don't actually play the video, But what I do is I show people where it is, and I leave the link in the description so that people can go watch it, and if they want, they can come back and comment.
Now, P.O., have you heard about a video out recently, and apparently it runs for 5 hours, and it's an expose by an Australian musician, and he got quite high up in, apparently he won some, back in the mid 2000s, one of those silly shows like, you know, the Voice or something, and he got to know a lot of people in that scene, and the whole 5 hours was an expose on like Luciferianism within the music industry, and apparently it's really good. But nobody can give out the name of it. I don't even know what to search for. Have you heard about it?
I don't either, mate.
Right.
Did you just turn on YouTube? Because I'm getting feedback.
Who, me?
Yeah,
No.
something's turned on. Okay, now it's gone.
Anyway, I've got
Oh, there you go. Crystal might be able to help you. She's got Altion, is it Childers? Altion Childers?
Actually, that sounds a bit like it. How do you spell that name?
Altion. Child. Altion, and then Child ES.
Sorry, what was the first name again? ALT?
ALTION. The surname is CHILDES.
Okay.
Sauerkraut, yes, that's another probiotic. Oh, child's, okay, forget the E, just add an S.
CHILES.
No, CHILDS instead of DES.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. Okay. I'll look into it.
Sauerkraut is another food that people should eat shitloads of because that is another probiotic.
Sauerkraut.
I don't know about a natural Viagra, but it's definitely a good probiotic for your gut.
Yep. Sauerkraut, probiotic.
See, people don't realise that with yogurt, just your normal standard sour, like plain natural yogurt, that you can actually mix your salad with that. If you chop up your lettuce and cucumbers and spring onions, and then you throw a couple of spoonfuls, big-ass spoonfuls of yogurt in there, mix it up, and that's your dressing for your salad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Now we're starting to get into wog food. See, the thing is, people, this is where people don't stop to look at it. We're actually looking now for foods that can heal us, that are good for us. And this is the stuff that I grew up on. Homemade yogurt. My ma used to make her own sauerkraut. She would buy like heads of cabbage. And Dad had, you know, those old wooden wine barrels, right? We had friends here in Perth, and he got a couple of barrels off him because Dad used to get him to send him like barrels of wine via train down south. And once Dad had like bottled all the wine and whatever, the barrels, Dad used to wash out, and that's where my ma would make sauerkraut. She would get big heads of cabbage and whatever, chuck them in there, throw in salt. Dad would get, because you have to like pressurize it down, he would like find her a big ass rock, and like they'd scrub the rock clean, rinse it really well, put it onto the heads of the cabbage so that it pushes down, seal it up, keep it warm, And every time she needed sauerkraut, she used to go get one of the heads of cabbage out, chop it up, and there was your salad with oil and vinegar. Oil and garlic. We grew up on that kind of food.
Yeah. Definitely. I've always known, or always heard that cabbage is incredibly good, great brain food, but I wasn't aware of the connection with the gut, or probiotics or anything like that. So thanks for that. That's news to me.
Shane,
Oh,
something's happening with your connection, mate, because I just heard you say stuff, and
yeah.
only just now that you finished talking am I looking at you talking on screen. So
Wow.
you've got a big lag between when you actually say something as to when it actually shows me that you're talking.
Right. All right. Well, look, I have to go anyway, so I'll love you and leave you guys. Good to catch up, and thanks for the advice on my eczema condition.
No dramas. Let me know how you go, mate.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
Thanks for
Ciao.
coming up.
Thank you. How do I get out of here?
Expert, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter if you stink of garlic. I used to worry about that before. I don't now. If I go to the shop and I stink of garlic, I don't give a flying fuck what anybody else thinks. And if somebody's going to knock you for that, they need to keep their fucking nose in their own business. Hey, Jan. We talk about anything and everything. We started off talking about the prick, and I don't mean the gender prick. That's my new name for the jab. And we just go from one topic to the other, you know? Well, to you it's gassy, Ted. To me, it's awesome fucking food. And if I have to fart, so fucking what? Your body didn't fart, you'd blow up. And if your body is farting after eating sauerkraut, maybe it's trying to get rid of all the junk that's in your system. Sorry, Jan, I just can't think of a better word for it except for prick. I mean, considering pricks are running it, pricks are pushing it, what else can you call it but a prick? Sometimes people, when your body reacts to food, it's not because it's bad. Sometimes it's actually clearing your system of junk. So it's not always a bad thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, folks. Oh, there you are. Jesus, Jacob, why didn't you say something? I was on the YouTube page and I wasn't even looking at the dashboard. Is that bum fluff I can see under your nose?
I've been busy lately. I just finished eating. I need to go shower and shave.
Oh no, don't shave it off. I think it looks quite cute. You just got to trim it. Just trim it off at the ends, like at the ends of your lips, where your lips are. Trim it there. Don't touch the rest of it. Yeah, just trim it there and leave it. I think it looks rather cute.
I just kind of wax it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So how's things with you? How you been?
How are lumber prices over there?
When was the last time? Well, the last time I got any kind of timber, I've been on the slow collecting crates.
Hmm.
You know, crates, the pellet crates,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
pallets. Yep.
I've been pulling them apart because somewhere in the near future I'm going to start making some shit. So rather than pay for timber, I'm getting pellets because
Well,
I have somebody that lives near a supermarket, and obviously they get stuff delivered on pellets, and he looks out for the good ones,
hmm.
not the old ones. And then when they put them out near the bin, he goes over there, pulls them apart, and brings me the timber.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, because some of them got some good 2x and 1x on there. But like
what you building?
over here, the price of sheeting, whatever you want to call it, the stuff that we put on the side of the walls and the roof, a 4x8 half-inch sheet of OSB was $7.99. You know, at the beginning of the year, or well, no, probably more like last year. It was $8, and now it's up to 50 bucks
Fuck.
a sheet. Yeah. So, and that's just the sheeting. You know, like a 2x4. I used to get Select Pine 2x4s for about $2.50, and now they're up to like $7, $9, depending on where you go. So,
It's a big price hike.
well, that's the thing. It's it's kind of a topic. I mean, people are making YouTube videos. I've been swamped. I just am so swamped. I keep getting more people who are like, "Well, if I pay you extra, can you come and do it now?" And so that's why I've been so busy. That's pretty much it. I did write some jokes today. I
Do you
don't
wanna
know
let them rip? Go on, run them by me, Jacob. Run them by me.
I don't know if any of them's funny, but okay.
That's
So
okay.
okay, I'm gonna end with the one about money. Let's see. Why did the chicken get fired? He fouled up. Uh, let's see. Why do they call it alimony? Because if you don't come up with the money, they leave you in the alley. And let's see. What? Hold on. Why was King Arthur such a good dancer? Because he had the rhythm of the night.
And that there, people, is Jacob.
No, I'm not done. Not done. Not done.
There's more? Go on.
Why did the driver search for their Pandora station while driving? They couldn't find the Linkin Park. Remember the band Linkin Park?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. One more. I gotta find it though. This one's probably the dumbest one. I don't understand why people sell books. Why would you buy a book? Why am I gonna trade money for a book when, the money has words on it already? I'll just read those. And that's the joke.
Okay.
That's a dumb one.
I like the others better. Why?
Okay.
There you go. Raz has got one. Why do they call them housekeepers? Well, because they literally keep the house. I'm going to actually do a live stream one of these days soon when I remember to do it. I have in my email, one of my emails, where people used to send me jokes. This is well before I got onto YouTube. We would share jokes, right?
Hmm.
The amount that I have is just from, and there, some of them are clean, some of them are dirty, some of them are whatever. But yeah, I figured one of these days I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to open up my email and I'm just going to share all the jokes that are in there.
Oh, that'll be fun. I keep thinking I need to make like a special out of my jokes or something.
See, Res
I
says
think.
he liked your jokes.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
You've got
that.
a fan. There you go.
You know that they're pretty dumb, but they're just. I
But Jacob, they're you. You know, to me, that is your signature. You know what I mean?
yeah. I work
If I
extra
didn't hear
hard.
that coming out of you, I would say that's not Jacob. You know, Jacob's not feeling well today. I would ask you, Jacob, are you feeling ill?
Well, it's almost too easy to write a joke that ridicules, and so I'm trying to write jokes that don't. Like my joke, like uh, you know how you can't say fat people anymore because it's mean, and we don't want to be mean. So instead, we say people in denial of their weight, and that's me. I mean, my belt loops are this long, and they're billowed up on one side. And when I put my belt on, it's like I'm setting a mouse trap. Whoosh, flink, ka-chick. Nobody serve any dessert. I don't want to set this off. Which reminds me that I've decided that I prefer to travel by blimp because it makes me look thinner.
But see, Jacob, if we're going to go there, I mean, I can't even remember where it was that I read it. Did somebody do a video on it? Did I read it in a paper somewhere? I don't know. Did I read an article where it says that you can't be happy anymore? You can't say that you're happy, or you can't show that you're happy because somebody else next to you might not be. Are you
Syntax.
fucking kidding me? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then
Well,
there was
yeah,
an article.
that's a matter of respect, though. I mean, if someone's got to be unhappy because of that person, then in respect, that the unhappy person should have to be happy because you're happy,
Exactly.
out of respect for your happiness.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be mean if somebody had just died. I wouldn't go to a funeral and stand there and friggin' tell jokes and laugh. You
Right,
know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
You'd kind of keep quiet.
it's a matter of respect.
Yeah. I mean, that was like that other article that I put up in the video where they're at the theme park, you know, and you're not allowed to scream. So what do? You have a good time, what, on the inside? God forbid you let out a scream coming down the roller coaster or anything like that. No, just
Well,
be
that kind of comes
quiet.
back to why do we scream? I mean, it goes back to that GameStop commercial where the people are like upset with their games, and so the dude throws a tube television out of the second story window. Somebody else knocks all the pictures off their wall, and it's like, why do people smash their electronics when they're upset with them? Why do people break their phone because it doesn't work, doesn't do what they want it to?
I don't know, but I did have an episode about 2 weeks ago where I came home and I was so fucking angry and I was so over everything. Everybody in chat, can you please block your ears for a moment while I tell Jacob this? That I walked into my house, I had my car keys in my hand, I got as far as going down the passageway, I entered my kitchen, and at that point I had hit, I wouldn't even say my peak capability of getting angry, but I had just literally had a fucking enough that I launched those fucking car keys. If they had gone a couple of inches to the left, I would have cleaned the kitchen window right out of its frame. But instead, they hit the pantry cupboard, and I was happy with that. I felt fucking good. I felt like going and finding something heavier, standing back in the same position, and throwing it all over again. So
Yeah.
why do people do that? I don't know if I would do that over a game. To me, I did it because life can push you to the point sometimes where, yeah, you got to do something to release it.
Hmm. Yeah, and then the upset is like a build of, it's like a physical discomfort, and then the throwing of the keys or cell phone, whatever, is a release of that it's relief from that discomfort. I could see
You
that.
see, a lot of the times,
Makes
Jacob,
sense.
I try to be calm and collected and collect. I try so hard
Me too.
because I
But you should
meditate.
see me flip my hash browns. I mean, the other one flipped just fine. You don't want to. I will. I will make you flip. I will. AK-47. TNT. You're flipped now, ain't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See how easy that was? Now I gotta go get another hash brown.
I get that. I
But
get that.
I try to understand it. So that's why I ask.
But sometimes life just won't fucking let up. Just won't fucking let up. And unless you do something, you're literally, I reckon, poisoning your insides because stress is no good for anybody. You know what I mean? So it felt fucking good
Right.
that I launched them fucking keys.
Yeah.
And it was a good launch too. And I'm shocked at the pantry door because later on I actually went to investigate to see if I did some damage. And I didn't. And I thought, look at that. Fucking bonus. I might do that again sometime.
Bonus damage 0. Perth's pantry armor +10.
I might strip the door down now and actually make myself some kind of a shield.
Yep. Make a mask out of it. Oh, that'd be funny. Make a mask out of a giant chunk of iron that you took off of a stove. But it'd have to have holes in it, so it wouldn't make sense. You got to be able to breathe.
Oh, there you go, Wobbly. Absolutely, mate. Happy we're all fucked, eh, Po?
Hey, Wobbly. Good to see you.
Yeah, and they showed us exactly how fucked we were, Wobbly. Sticking swabs up your ass. There you go. It's called being swab fucked.
Oh my God.
And he had nothing to do with it, Raccoon.
Man, I don't even want to think about something like that.
Oh, listen, they were doing it to people.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but they ain't doing it to the old coon boy here.
In New Zealand, there is a wood shortage.
Yeah.
Hey, Scrap, how you doing? You're new in here.
Perth,
Yo.
the Aboriginals still practice human sacrifice.
Not that I know of, but if they do, I'm joining them.
I
A lot
got
of government officials I want to put on that pile.
Tell them I got a volunteer to kick it off. If they want to start out. His name's Cyrex, man. I think we can hook him up.
Yeah, no, we don't. I know who you're referring to, but yeah, no, I don't talk about that kind of stuff in here, mate. I mean, I know that you're new on the panel and whatever, but yeah, that's best left to the drama channels. I mean, we're all broken in one form or fashion, and some just broken a little bit more than others. You know what I mean? So, actually, Wobbly, do they still do that? Raccoon was just asking, did the Aboriginals still do human sacrifice? Because if they do, mate, we can go out there, join them, kidnap all of these government officials, and just Might as well do one big luau or whatever they call it.
You go out there with a big old bag of long grain rice and say, "Oh, I thought you meant human sack of rice."
Ah, see, I keep telling you people when we get together, the brilliant ideas that we come up with. I like it. Now, if Raccoon wasn't here today, if he had not joined us, I would not have thought of that. There you go. Wobbly says New Guinea Indigenous were cannibals. There's no cultural human sacrifice in Australian Aboriginals.
Okay.
Maybe it's a trend, Wobbly, that we need to start. I mean, so far today, we've had what earlier on today, we had some brilliant ideas. I mean, there's another one, Raccoon, brought to you by Raccoon.
Mm.
It was really a joke.
No, it's a good idea. I like it.
I like that crown up there. Is that wall like a wallpaper roll on that you stick up there around your ceiling, Raccoon?
I guess whatever they call it, a border.
There, yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Yeah, it looks pretty good up there.
It was on here when I got here. When I bought it, I was just too lazy to get up there and take it off.
Yeah, that's the thing about that stuff. You know, if you're gonna go from wallpaper back to paint, not only do you have to steam strip it, you gotta steam scrub it, and then hot water and soap it, and then primer it so it doesn't come through again.
Ras, that's, yeah, see, Ras has got it. Couldn't we say we are channeling our inner Mayan? Absolutely. Absolutely. The Maori also were by reputation, but not all of them. That's the cannibalism part. Well, I mean, you know, as far as we know, we're all cannibals because we don't even know what we're eating with half the friggin' stuff that we stick in our mouths. We don't know whether that's coming from dead people or what.
Hell no. It's like that old 1970 movie, Soylent Green, man.
Exactly. We're heading back in that direction. There you go. Wobbly says, but I like the concept of piling the entire civil service on top of that fugly Parliament House and torching the lot. I don't know.
People better start learning how to garden, raise their animals, because it won't be long.
Oh, mate, you know, when you stop and look at it, even besides that, like I was saying earlier on, there will come a day where they will go house to house. And if you've got fruit trees or you've got a garden, they're going to turn around and say to you, no, you can't have that. They're going to pull it out or they're going to fine you.
Well, it's going to go back to a barter system, and we'll be like peasants. Whatever we do, the tax man comes by and grabs a quarter or a half of it. You know, if you're, like you said, fruit trees, or you're a vegetable farmer or a fisherman, that's where it's headed to.
That's what I wonder is like, you know, is there like some kind of a tax on growing a victory garden? How can you tax that though, or what? I mean, there's so many taxes already, and when there's an income tax based on percentage, and the legislature increases minimum wage, It's effectively or mathematically increasing the amount of taxes they take in. I mean, they've raised the wage and they're getting a percentage of the wage.
I'm going to mute for a minute there, and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, just mingle, keep talking amongst yourselves.
Yeah. They'll tax you till they take everything they can get.
Wasn't there a song about that? Oh, he's the tax man.
The Beatles, George Harrison,
Yep.
they were charging them something like 94% tax rate.
They'll charge your they'll tax your shoes, tax your feet, tax anywhere you try to find a seat.
Yeah. But this time they're going to do it opposite. They're just going to keep printing this free money and giving it away. And when you start giving away free money, if you think about it, the money's not worth anything. And the wheels are going to roll off here soon. Inflation's going up. Won't be able to afford a hamburger.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that too. It's like 10 years ago you could buy a lot more with $1 than you can now.
It's all
Isn't. Go ahead.
it's all relative. When I was a kid coming up, you could get a regular hamburger. I think it was 25 cents at McDonald's, and cheeseburger was 35 cents.
Can I just address Raz in the chat? People will soon demand more stimulus checks. That's okay, but hopefully when they demand the checks, if they get them, they should go stock up on food.
Hell yeah.
Don't go buying yourself a new fucking bitch-ass TV. Go and stock up on food.
Food, bottled water.
Vitamins.
Oh, big thing. Even if you don't drink, buy you a couple bottles of cheap liquor every once in a while. Stock it up. That'll be like gold.
Oh, that's pretty smart, Raccoon.
What was that? I missed that.
He said to just occasionally buy a bottle of liquor because it keeps, and you can sell it when there's an apocalypse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I found really, really sort of silly in one way when people were saying, there was this big ass thing ages ago. Buy gold, buy silver. Well, I'm sorry, but when I'm hungry, that ain't going to do me shit. And if I've got no one to trade with, what am I going to do with gold and silver? How am I supposed to fucking eat it,
Well,
or drink it or whatever?
The three things that'll always make you money in times of crisis: ammunition, that's gold, alcohol, and cigarettes. You can get anything with that stuff right there.
Coffee, tea, tobacco.
Yep.
That's it. It's everyday shit that people love to have.
Stuff that people go through like crazy.
See, tools,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's good to have tools, but then you got to think, if they're battery powered, where are you going to power them up if there's no electricity? Where are you going to plug it in if there's no electricity? I mean, going back to the axe and the shovel,
Oh
there-
man,
there-
modern
there's
tools, power tools, I love it. They help so much. But I got a pocket knife that has been with me for about 18 years, and that thing has helped so many times, and it's just a cheap pocket knife. I mean, just a cheap chunk of steel, and you can do a lot with that. But there's no substitute for a freaking sawzall. Okay, I have got to go shower and wax my mustache. Maybe eat some peanut butter. I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Thank you kindly for popping up, mate.
All right.
I'm going to head off too, because over here it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and as per norm, I started off my day with having things to do, hence is why I started the stream late. And then I didn't finish what I was supposed to do, and then I had to call in assistance, and then I had to revisit the same thing that I should have finished the first time round. So yeah, doing all of that, and then I came home and just turned on the live stream. I've had nothing to eat and like 2 cups of coffee this morning, so which is not me. But yeah, I thought I got to go live because of the things that I saw and whatever, and it's I don't know. Like I say, people, forget your differences, because if we start looking for differences, Lord knows we can find 1,000,001. Let's start looking for common ground.
Let's be.
Where I can. Sorry, go on, Raccoon.
I was just gonna say, why don't we just become teammates? It's a lot better that we all be positive and together instead of hatred.
Because people find it extremely hard to get out of, to break the habit that they've been put into for so many years. I mean, you've got divide in sports, divide in religion, divide in politics. There is a divide everywhere on any decision that is put out there. Mask, not mask, jab, not jab, lockdown, not lockdown. It's always two sides. You know what I mean? Hey, Kuma, always two sides, okay? That way people can stay divided. They need to keep the people arguing backwards and forwards over shit so that they never find any common ground.
Okay. Have a blessed day, darling.
No dramas, mate. Thanks for coming up, Raccoon.
Thank you.
How you doing, Kuma? I haven't seen you for ages. And I know that you just came in, but yeah, I'm just heading out. I mean, I know it's a short stream for me. Normally we hang for 4 or 5 hours or whatever it is. But yeah, I just thought I'd come up and share some shit with you guys and just say, hey, we can do better, We can do better. And I'm going to repeat myself here. And if you see somebody that is being hammered by somebody else, stand up for them. Stand up for them. It costs you nothing, costs you nothing. Even if you choose to wear a mask in a shop and somebody else doesn't, if you see somebody with a mask on giving the non-mask wearer a hard time, fucking turn around and say something to that person. Tell them to shut up and mind their own fucking business. Do you know what I mean? Even if you choose to wear a mask, it doesn't mean that you need to hammer somebody that doesn't, or to just keep quiet while somebody else does the fucking hammering. Respect the fact that people have choices. You know, you either choose to or not to. And don't be afraid to fucking defend somebody else, to defend another human being in your life. You never know when you're going to need defending. And as I always say, try and be good and see how hard it is. Give yourself a test for a week. Don't think bad about anybody. Don't do anything bad towards anybody. If you can, help somebody out. If you can't, you know, no biggie. We're all struggling. But try and be good for a week and see how fucking hard it is. It's always easy to be bad. It's always easy to keep one's mouth shut than to open one's mouth and say something, you know? I mean, my kids are like that. They look at me as in, don't take mother somewhere if you know, if there's a bit of a hassle. For example, if I have to take something back to a shop, they don't like coming into the shop with me because they know if I don't get my money back, there's going to be drama. But when they have an incident and mother steps in, or they want mother to step in, oh, mum, can you come with me? Because they know mother ain't going to keep quiet, then mother's good. So there's nothing wrong with voicing an opinion. You're not hurting anybody. And if somebody is offended by it, okay, well, that's their issue. That's on them. That's on them, you know. But let's find common ground, people. Because as you can see, where all of this is heading, it's not heading in a good direction. Nobody's safety is involved here. Nobody's safety. This is not safe for anybody. Not for the ones that are not taking it, not for the ones that are taking it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this stream gets taken down, probably for misinformation on the apple cider vinegar. Or because Raccoon asked if the Aboriginals still burn people, and we thought that was a good idea. In that case, it could be taken down for inciting violence. Who knows? You just don't know. You know, it's like in that Forrest Gump movie, you know, the box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get on the inside. That's like YouTube. You put stuff out there, you just don't know how it's going to go. But anyway, on that note, people, regardless of how deep shit we're all in, and I mean all of us, be good, put a smile on your dial, don't live in fucking fear, because there is nothing to fear, not even death. But stand up for each other. Like I said, no matter what, stand up for each other. Anyway, in the spring, folks, have a good one. And if I find any more shit, you guys know me, I'll put it up. Oh, and to all those people that came through, if you've been with me since the very start of it, thank you kindly. If you've popped in just to say hi and had to rush off to do something else or whatever, thank you kindly for that too. Oh, and by the way, people, because YouTube is the way that it is, I'm not putting tags on my videos anymore. So yeah, the only way that they're going to get out there is, and I don't normally ask for this, you guys know that. The only way that they're going to get out there or they're going to get seen is if you hit the thumbs up button, which shares the video, obviously. But yeah, I stopped putting tags unless it's a straightforward video, as in like just another article, because they can't do anything about that. Sometimes then I'll put the odd few tags in it. But any of the other ones, I don't put tags there. So, yeah. Because really, if this gets taken down, I can't be bothered opening up another channel unless I open it up and I'm making muffins or something like that, you know, something exciting. I'll film myself being bored to death making muffins. Anyway, like I said, even though we may be neck deep in shit, put a smile on that dial. Later, people.